Nibble and quibble, tremble and twitch. It's not so easy being a witch. Everyone has a bad day now and then, even TV witches. Watch out for these small mistakes from Season 3. Like in this moment from Nobody's Perfect, when Samantha jumps out of bed forgetting her fluffy red slippers. But when she runs to Tabitha's room, there they are. Nobody's perfect indeed. And speaking of Tabitha, here in the moment of truth, the littlest witch in Westport knocks her toy pony to the floor. But in the next scene, there it is, right on the bar window table. And here, when she calls the pan to come from the wall, her tray is empty. But once the pan gets to her, there's a cracker on the tray. How's that for a sweet surprise?
Oh, Clara, you're not what you used to be.
Accidents happen, and so do mistakes. Like here in The Accidental Twins. When Aunt Clara walks through the front door, the whole front wall gets a case of the shakes. Things change fast in the Stevens household, but this is really fast. In Endora Moves In for a Spell, when Uncle Arthur comes back from his walk with Tabitha, she's wearing a yellow coat. Only seconds later, when Samantha puts Tabitha in her playpen, she's suddenly wearing a dress. Now there's a quick change artist. And while we're talking about changes, take a close look here. In Soapbox Derby, when Sam and Darren are watching TV at the end of the race, their TV screen is oval. But in the close-up, the screen is rectangular. Sounds like a case of remote out of control. Now, Westport, Connecticut is known for many things, but mountains aren't among them. So how did they get there in this scene from Samantha for the defense? In this scene from Nobody But a Frog Knows How to Live, as Samantha and Tabitha are being chased by Fergus Fingelhoff, the boom microphone is trying to get in on the action too.
How do you like this bit?
Maybe the episode called Trial and Error of Aunt Clara might be retitled The Airborne Error. Watch here, as Sam takes off in the flying suit, so does her famous heart necklace, and then suddenly reappears again. Now that's really winging it. But that's not all that's going on at 1164 Morning Glory Circle. In this scene from Three Wishes, when Samantha comes from the backyard to answer the phone, she is actually shown coming from the front of the house. And there's something up with her closet as well. Notice when Sam turns invisible and goes upstairs to pack, Darren follows her. And as the closet doors open above the suitcase, there are clothes hanging on the right side. But when the closet is opened again later, there are clothes on both sides of the closet. Talk about doubling your wardrobe. We hope you enjoyed this peek at the little moments that make Season 3 so special. After all, wavy, gravy, rabbit, and run, it's the little goofs that make TV so much fun.
Now, Darren, don't worry. Let's not borrow trouble.
Borrow it? Who needs to borrow it? We get a daily supply.
Part of making television is making mistakes. After all, we're just mortals. Take a peek at some of these doozies from the witches' brouhaha of Season 4. If the shoe fits, change it. In Long Live the Queen, notice while Samantha is in the guest bedroom talking with the Queen, she's wearing sandals. But in the next scene, when she's talking with Endora, she's wearing closed-toe shoes.
I suppose that's natural for a queen.
Exactly.
What's your excuse?
Purse snatcher alert. In Double Double Toil and Trouble, when Serena comes in pretending to be Sam, she puts her white handbag on the TV, where it stays until the real Sam comes back from the church bazaar and sets her purse on the table by the doorway. But as the camera angle changes and we see Sam walk by the TV, she has her handbag on her arm and the handbag Serena left on the TV is gone. But the slip-ups don't end there. Watch how when Serena is hit with a pie, her wig slips and the blonde hair shows underneath.
How do you like that, Serena? Not bad.
The house it is a-changin'. In No Zip in My Zap, see how the hallway changes here, first as a crossway, then back to normal. And check it out when Samantha looks out the dormer window in the back, she's looking at the front driveway, which happens again in How Green Was My Grass. Maybe she's looking at the crew in the driveway, because there they are in the rear view mirror. Get wired. In I Get Your Nanny, You Get My Goat, when Elspeth comes down to meet Darren for the first time, you can clearly see the strings that are holding her.
Yep, she's just plain folks, all right.
And look closely at Sam's wrap-in to twitch or not to twitch. There are those pesky wires again. But it doesn't end there. Watch how when Darren goes downstairs to get the car ready and leaves the bedroom door open, Sam uses her witchcraft to speed things up. And while she brushes her hair, the door is closed. When Darren comes back upstairs, the door is open again.
Where did I put my brush?
The shadow knows. And I confess, when everyone pops out, you can see their shadows moving away.
There go three great Americans.
Alarm, anyone?
Gun-ho. In the no-harm charm, when Uncle Arthur shoots Darren, he's unharmed. But in the next scene, Darren's pajamas have 2 bullet holes and gunpowder stains. Then in the next scene, Darren's pajamas are nice and new again, and the bullet holes in the wall have disappeared too. From sneaky shoes to shaky walls, making classic television sometimes means making a few mistakes. But that's what makes watching so much fun.
Tyrant witch!
Welcome to another look at the funniest moments that were never supposed to be. Shiver and quiver, scowl and scold. What kind of goofs will Season 5 hold? All hands on deck. In Mirror, Mirror on the Wall. When Andorra comes to babysit, watch her hands. First, they're on her chest. Then they're by her side. And there they go, back on her chest again.
We're not home.
Hold the phone. In Weep No More, My Willow. What goes on with Sam and Darren's telephone made the prop man cry. At the beginning of the show, there is no telephone in the living room. But later, when Samantha needs to answer it, there's one on the TV. Later, the phone is on the coffee table until Larry comes and sits on the furniture, then the phone is gone. And later on, the phone is back on the table again. But that's not all that's off or on. Notice that when Samantha is indoors, she has her famous necklace on. But when she's outside, it's vanished.
What you're talking about?
Pop goes the extra. And Cousin Serena strikes again. When Samantha pops out, an onlooker seems to pop out with her. And listen carefully here. When Serena is bringing Tabitha's nursery rhymes to life, you can hear someone off stage saying, uh-oh. It's a catastrophe. In Mrs. Stevens' Where Are You? Samantha picked up Mrs. Stevens the cat, only to have the cat already in the basket in the very next scene.
This morning I was seeing things. Now I'm hearing things.
Bad hair day alert. In Marriage Witches style, when Serena pours wine on poor Franklin, his hair is down over his eyes. In the next scene, he has had a haircut and his hair is combed in place.
Thank you for the sample.
Go bananas. In Samantha's Power Failure, Uncle Arthur puts a nut-covered banana in the tray. When Serena passes him the second one, there are 3 bananas. Thanks for goofing along with Samantha, Darren, and all of the neighborhood in Season 5. Because as all witches know, Eye of Newt and Sliver of Spleen, the funniest mistakes, wind up on screen.
Just have to wait until Serena cools off.
And what do I do in the meantime?
Oh, don't worry. With your luck, Doomsday may be just around the corner.
Life isn't always perfect, and TV is no exception. Need proof? Take a look at some of these choice moments from Season 6. Wired for action. In Samantha's Yoo-Hoo Maid, when Esmeralda sneezes, watch the chair with poor Mr. Hampton go flying and the wires showing.
8?
Yeah?
I'm up in the air.
Well, that's understandable.
Reflection rejection. In And Something Makes 4, watch for the reflection of the studio technician in the hospital's nursery window. And that's not all that's changing. In You're So Agreeable, here, Samantha leaves the kitchen to answer the door with her hands empty. In the next scene, as the front door closes, Sam is holding Adam's baby bottle.
I'd better duck out the back way.
And I'm gonna give Adam his bottle.
Balmy palms. In naming Samantha's new baby, notice the very tropical palm trees in the very untropical Westport, Connecticut. Then this time, and turn on the old charm as Larry Tate is driving to Darren's house, and yet again at the amusement park in Tabitha's very own Samantha. And speaking of amusing parks, notice how the Ferris wheel starts moving before the operator even touches the lever. Presto changeo in What Makes Darren Run, as Larry Tate comes into the house, he's wearing one tie, then an altogether different one once he's inside. And on the subject of quick changes, in Mona Sammy, notice how Samantha starts this scene wearing a choker and pearls and ends up with no choker and a totally different hairdo.
Destroy Darren's life. You have almost succeeded. Almost.
Hairdos and ties may change and palm trees appear in the oddest places, but comedy never goes out of style.
You wouldn't dare.
Oh, wouldn't I? No.
As Bewitched drew to a close, so did the goofs and gags we'd all come to love. Here are a few prized moments from season 7 and 8. Starting in season 7, watch the skies. In the Salem saga, when Andorra and Sam take their trip on the wing of an airplane, you can see folds in the blue sky backdrop.
I just wanted you to know that Esmeralda arrived, and I didn't want you to worry.
Shackle attack in Samantha's Old Salem trip. When Esmeralda sends Sam back to Old Salem, Samantha has the coin on her forehead and is bowing 3 times. Notice that her shackles have mysteriously disappeared. But mysteriously enough, they're back when she regains her memory.
Let's get out of here.
Not yet.
Bush baby. In the return of Darren the Bold, Darren wishes the bush he had been trimming would go away, and it does, leaving a nice, neat spot of ground. But later, when Darren goes back to where the bush was, there's a hole in the ground.
I never did dig what Sammy dug about that dodo.
And season 8 brings us the case of the mysterious moving painting. Notice here in Serena's Richcraft, when Serena and Mr. Wilcott sit down on the sofa, there's the painting leaning against the outside wall. But when the shot changes, the painting is next to the sofa, not the outside wall.
Hello, Serena. And what are you doing here?
We hope you enjoyed this last batch of Witches Brouhahas from Samantha, Darren, and Company, where thanks to the magic of TV, you can return time and time again to the crazy, cozy comforts of 1164 Morning Glory Circle.
Sweetheart, you can't win. Why don't you go to work?
Okay. Bye, sweetheart. Bye, Andorra.
Ooh! You lay a lip on me and I'll put you in orbit for the rest of your life.
I was just reaching for my paper.